Hey, Live at 5 crew. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Hope everybody had a great Monday. Y'all see, I just finished sweating like crazy. I ain't gonna even lie about it. Because you can see it. I don't have to lie to you about it. These hot flashes are what Jay Jaru said, it's murder. Holla, holla. Anybody that's ready to get dollars, dollars. Jesus. Ah, but happy Monday. I hope you had a fabulous Monday. When I saw this, I was like, this is the perfect meme because it's Republicans, you know? Now, Democrats can fall for the okey doke if they want to, of opening back up the government, but there will be no health care plan. Republicans have had since Obama to come up with a health care plan, and they still haven't. Their health care plan is you don't get none. Hey, user 229, that is the Republican health care plan. The Republican health care plan is either you get a job and you're bound to that job just so you can have insurance, or you just don't have none. And you're just going to have to use the emergency room at your local hospital as your regular doctor care because that's what conservatives would rather want for you. Because for some reason, socialism is bad when it's time to give you health care, but socialism is good when it's time to bail out insurance companies, large banks, hedge funds, when it's time to bail out insurance companies, Wall Street. See, understand, I keep telling you, conservatives love socialism. They'll take your tax money to bail out rich people. They just don't like to take your tax dollars and give them to you. They feel like that's wasteful spending. Notice wasteful spending is SNAP benefits, subsidies to help people with their housing, education. All of these things are wasteful spending. The investments are when we take our tax dollars and we give it to rich people, right? When you give your investments to when you give our tax money to rich people, all of a sudden, everything's A-OK. Everything's A-OK once you do that. But you first have to do that. Be willing to sacrifice everything just so rich people can continue to get what they get. Remember, rich people were at that party Trump had on Saturday at the White House. They partied while families tried to figure out what was going to happen with their SNAP benefits. Now, remember with SNAP, um, they are the Trump administration. That's that dog in there, y'all. The Trump administration is implementing, issuing some of the food stamp benefits, but people are only going to get about half. So they still gonna have to try to make it work. You understand? They still have to make it work. And they already were having a hard time making it work with the high prices of groceries these days due to Donald Trump's trade war. Hold on for a second. I gotta get this dog's vote. He's driving me nuts. I should have picked it up before I came in. Every time. Every time. Every time. Every time. It is, sir. Oh. I'm already in. Like he was licking that bowl. All right, you guys, we're back to our regularly scheduled program. Mr. Rustiggle. Mr. Rustiggle. Hey, TT for fun. Thank you, Captain fucking Obvious. Bye. You've been blocked. Duh. Y'all see how triggered they are? Y'all see how triggered they are? Anytime we talk about, I didn't even mention JD Vance nor Erica Kirk. Now the picture's up there, but duh, Captain. Now that picture is AI. But the hug and all the other shit we saw with our own eyes via that video wasn't AI. Like, damn, the party of family values don't want to talk about the fact, you know. Oh, shut up, Tony, with your thick neck ass self. Stop hiding behind a troll account. I only let real men come in here and talk shit to me. I got to see your hairline. I have to see if your beard connects, okay? And I have to see if you're shaped funny before you can even go back and forth with me. If you're not willing to do it on your real account for me to see all of those things, you and I have nothing else to talk about. Good day, sir. I don't waste my time talking to people that aren't brave enough to talk on their own account. Get out of here. That's clown shit. That's trolling. And you can't out troll the troller. I guarantee you can't out troll me. That's why you hide behind accounts, because I'll make you cry if I see what you really look like. That's what'll happen. Hey, Captain America. But they say, honestly, I'm sorry, I booted Captain America too, because honestly, I'm more of a Batman person myself, for the most part. He didn't have enough followers to allow him to be here. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. Hey, Moon Sugar. I can just tell them. They be loving to talk to me. Thank you so much, Lexa. I am genuine. That's why I don't spend time going back and forth with MAGA. I don't need the headache and the unnecessary. I'll say it like this, and I've told you guys this before. Your time is the most important commodity that you possess. Don't waste it on people that you're not going to get anywhere with it. Okay? All right? Don't do it. Not you with the Batman PJs. Okay, Eric, that's different. I'll allow it. Hey, Oscar. Good afternoon, Maribel. Hey, beautiful. You said I'm more of an Iron Man Wolverine. Can I be honest? Okay, let me be honest. I spoke so soon to make a funny joke at Captain America, but honestly, I'm not really a Batman chick either. Be honest. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't consider Bruce Wayne to be much of a hero. For real, he got enough money to set Gotham free from the crime and the poverty that it possesses. But instead, he just keep making money, dressing up in costumes and shit, moving around in darkness, playing games. He could have been dealt with all the shit. He could have infused some money into Gotham and cleared up that entire issue so that the criminals really don't have much leverage in that town at all. But no, he don't want to do that. Right. Bruce Wayne is a greedy, greedy capitalist. So honestly, I don't be putting him up on no pedestal. That's just me. I don't put him up on a pedestal because I don't consider him to be some type of hero, if you ask me. But hey, it's just me. And he makes the butler do most of his setup work. Nope. I'm not the hugest Batman fan. I've spoken on this before. But I'm not the hugest Batman person. So you said I do, I'm Batman. They used to call me Crazy Joe, but now they call me Batman. Now, how are y'all doing with these grocery prices? Are you adjusting? Have you adjusted? Have you become more have you figured out a way to navigate through it? Remember I told oh yeah, they're very high. But remember I told you you need to get with some co-ops with folks. I'm telling you, I've been trying to tell y'all get with co-ops because co-ops put you in a position they put you in a position where you guys can combine resources. You say Batman is too conservative, only goes after street level criminals. True, but at the same time, he is a conservative. I would say Batman is MAGA for real, for real. Superman is more of a liberal. Even though middle America cling very hard to Superman, Superman is more of a liberal. And he's an immigrant. Superman's an immigrant. So by proxy, MAGA shouldn't like him anyway. So Superman is an immigrant, and he's more aligned with the real values that you actually want people to, possess. Yeah, Spider-Man is cool. He cool. But he need to move out and live on his own. He jive live with his old family member, don't he? He kind of too old to still be living with Aunt. What's his aunt name? Aunt something. Yeah, something like that. Oh God. Somebody came in here and their real accountant had the audacity to What did I tell y'all? The people who always got problems, the men who always have problems with me and are funny acting are always funny shaped. I was telling my girlfriend that earlier today. I said, you know what? I don't know what it is, but it seemed like the funny shaped dudes always got an attitude with me. They always coming at me sideways, you know? So I never understand that, I don't get it. I don't know if it's because they actually like me and figure I wouldn't like them. I don't know what it is, but the dudes with the nastiest attitudes are always the funniest shaped. Shaped like a whole bunch of problems. Like, come on. Come on. I wouldn't say no to living with Aunt May for Spidey movies. I guess not, but he a little too old to still be living with his auntie, if you ask me, Spider-Man. I just be looking at it. Listen, I'm judging. Well, that's not true. I listen and I judge here. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie and say, well, I don't judge. That's a whole bold-faced lie. Notice I never got in on that trend. We listen and we don't judge, not me. I be judging my ass off. You like that Notebook trail? Listen, JD and Erica need to go ahead and make it official and quit playing games. What Erica say? There is no man that can replace my husband except for the man that I'm about to introduce right now, JD Vance. It's like, wait a minute. I thought you just said, damn, that was fast, Only been a couple months. Already replaceable. You don't believe me? Go back and look at the video. Not JD Vance looking like the spokesman for wearing tennis socks in bed. Listen. I'm just saying. I'm just looking at all of this. Usha should lawyer up, but honestly, she's not going to go anywhere. And JD is not divorcing his wife. I don't care what people say. JD is not divorcing Usha Vance. He's not. He's not. Not at all. Not at all. He's not. I don't believe that that he will. Now, I tell you, I am concerned that Usha Vance may turn into some Get Out situation, and we see her there, but it's just like a vessel. Yeah, I mean, nothing behind it, just for the imaging alone. But I say JD Vance is still not going to be president of the United States because he has a brown wife, and because Republicans don't really like JD Vance. I keep telling y'all this. You ain't got to worry about JD Vance. The question is, who comes after Trump that you're not paying attention to? That's really the question. And I haven't figured out who that person possibly could be yet. Because frankly, I think Republicans are going to have a bloodbath fighting each other for position over who has the right to the party. But it won't be JD Vance's outright. I don't think he's going to divorce Usha. I don't think so. I'm being honest, I don't think so. I don't think he'll divorce her. I really don't. See, this is what I know about JD Vance. JD Vance, hold on, I'm getting some feedback. I'm not sure why. Oh, I see why. Because I was getting an interrupting call. JD Vance is not really liked by and large by the Republican Party. He's only tolerated because of Donald Trump. That's it. JD Vance has the same problem that Ron DeSantis has. They both have a likability problem. They both come off as smug assholes that are pretending to be tough. That shit won't fly. Not just with independents, but it won't fly with most Republicans. See, Trump can at least give off the appearance of being tough, even though he isn't. Those other two aren't convincing. Trump's not convincing to most of us either, but to those who adore super rich people, Trump is mesmerizing to them. And you're right, neither is Vivek. Maribel, Hold on, I'm getting these daggone spam calls. They get on my nerves. Did y'all see what I said this morning? How one of JD's children is named Vivek. He's fully embraced the culture of his wife. Yeah, look it up. Google it. One of his children is named Maribel. Listen, Maribel. I hate to tell you, sis, you weren't on this morning. But that's true too. Just gonna let you know. Just gonna let you know. Okay? I looked it up this morning because I had read something about it. And I was like, no fucking way. Yes, way. You can't write this shit. You understand? You understand? You can't write this shit. That's why I laugh at people like Vivek Ramaswamy or either Cash Patel that lay in bed with white supremacy. It'll let you even think it likes you up until it doesn't need you anymore. Look at Vivek Ramaswamy right now running for public office, but can't get an endorsement from Donald Trump because of who he is. Just like the black woman in Virginia can't get an endorsement for Donald Trump, no matter how crazy MAGA she is. You're black. What they say? Look, you know. If you listen, those who know what movie this is from, you know. But you're black. That's her. You said Vivek Vance. What was JD going for double word points in Family Game last night? Oh yes, that's the Notebook. Oh yeah, Trump left that woman hanging, still hanging. Okay, one time. Bye. Come in on your own account, beloved. I don't let troll accounts. Don't hide behind it. Let me see how badly shaped you are. Let me see your real account. Let me see that you're one of those people running for those Walmart scooters. Nope. Vivek is a trash ass politician. He hasn't delivered anything for anybody. It has honestly, for real, for me, Vivek Ramaswamy just isn't a good politician. He hasn't delivered anything. Hey TD. Make sure that you do some big back behavior that you're already doing in that trailer. Bye, beloved. Y'all MAGA's coming. Attention all Walmart shoppers. Attention all Walmart shoppers. I need you to push your carts into the aisle. I need you to push your carts into the aisle and wait to see. And I need you to get on TikTok because that Negro woman's on there talking about Trump. Doris, please put down the pinto beans, baby. I know you didn't get all your stamps this month. I know you're trying to make it stretch, baby, but you need to get on TikTok and stop that Negro woman. Okay? And thank you for shopping at Walmart. They so mad. They so mad. Be mad. You can still be mad at me, but your neck's still dirty because you don't use washcloths. You still living in a dirty, low rent ass trailer. But you mad with me. Don't be mad with me because I'm not on Snap. I pray for those that didn't vote for this, that didn't want this, that are on Snap. But those of you who voted for it, I hope you get more of it in double. That's what I hope. I hope you get more of it and double. Because this is what you voted for. That's why I don't feel no sorrow. I don't feel no pain for no MAGA person that's suffering. I see them on here. I got to feed my kids. Well, you need to get out there and pound the fucking pavement. You need to get out there and pound the pavement. Okay? That's what you need to do. But you needn't come to social media and tell us. Quiet as kept. I don't want to hear all that shit when I'm trying to eat my damn dinner. It's too damn noisy and distracting. I gotta keep turning the TV up because y'all keep crying. I don't know how I'm gonna feed my kids. I need these stamps. I worked my ass off and then the government done took them. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to enjoy my meal in peace. I don't want to hear you sniffling, crying, begging for cash. And Usha not going to divorce JD Vance. She not. Because you have to think about the type of person that would marry JD Vance. long before he was a politician. Mm-mm. I had to block somebody else because account looks suspicious. You said, and they would vote for him again. They sure would. That's why I feel no sorrow for Republicans. I don't feel any sorrow because at the end of the day, these Republicans are still going to vote for Donald Trump. If Donald Trump, if there was an election tomorrow, if there was an election tomorrow and Donald Trump was on the ballot, Republicans would still vote for him. So they haven't learned their lesson. Good evening, Karina. They haven't learned their lesson. So no, I don't feel nothing. And I tell you, you need to prepare for your government being closed all the way to the new year. You need to prepare for that because Republicans are going to see another reason why they don't want government open is because the tie-breaking vote to release those Epstein files is right there. And they don't want to release those files. Hey, Zarvis, they don't want to release those files. They don't want you to know the information that's inside of them about rich and powerful people who were doing things they weren't supposed to do. Yeah, you're already at 30 something days of a government shutdown. I'm telling you, your government's going to be closed until 2026. You're going to see. Because Republicans don't have, keep in mind, Congress is still getting their salary. Republicans are still getting paid. Mike Johnson brings home almost 20 grand a month. Almost 20 grand a month. So, what incentive does Mike Johnson have to do the right thing? None. None. Yeah, most people in MAGA advocate for the rich. You know why? They're so poor. They've been indoctrinated to believe they deserve whatever punishment they get. Their suffering is somehow, some way makes them better. Just so y'all know. Somehow they're indoctrinated because a lot of it's connected to religion. The mindset is suffering is a good thing. Do you understand? So this is why they ain't got no problem suffering. Yeah, they're giving people half their benefits, but it's going to be delayed. What the administration has said is it will be there before Thanksgiving. So people still going to be upside down this month and need food. You said what's to stop them from being released in 2026? Republicans. Because if Mike Johnson doesn't want to swear in, say for example, Democrats win the midterms and Mike Johnson doesn't want to do the proper swearing in and turnover control. You can't trust Republicans. They've already proven to you. January 6th proved to you. They'll run from the mob and then turn around and defend them. Just so you know. You forgot that you saw that. They'll run from the mob but turn around and defend them. Yep, I know. Midterms not until November 2026. But if Democrats, even if they win it, it still runs into the situation of will Johnson do what's necessary? He's being sued, but you know what, Z Kitty, I look at it and go, if Trump is defying the courts, why wouldn't Johnson? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't Johnson? You know? Oh, I bet Walmart is mad about that snap. But Walmart didn't have no problem kicking money to Trump, though. They just didn't anticipate Trump and the Republican Party shutting down government, withholding SNAP benefits. See, Walmart didn't anticipate that part because all the Waltons are thinking about is tax cuts. That's it. The Waltons want tax cuts, more permanent tax cuts. So they were laser focused on that. They didn't think the long term. You understand? Hey, you guys, I'm in here. Hello? Hello? Hold on for a second. Hello, you two. Y'all too loud. You hear my family? They in that joint just like, yeah, so we was ordered to such and such, and then the such and such and such and such. I'm like, what is we doing? Yeah, Walmart. The crazy thing about Walmart is they pay their people so low and help them get benefits too. Oh, you couldn't hear them off screen. I could, so it was distracting me. I was like, now wait a minute, I can't focus doing all this lickety yakking and out. The local elections always have mattered. The problem is people don't get out to vote. They only want to get out to vote when it's a presidential election. But it's all these other elections that happen all throughout the time that you also need to be voting in. Your school board people, your chamber of commerce folks, mayors. You understand what I'm saying? Judges, referendums, amendments. There are all these other things you also need to be voting on. Because quiet is kept, a lot of your nefarious ass political leaders put shit on the ballots during off times when they figure you won't come out to vote. So they figure it's easier to get their agendas passed. You understand? Because they're going to get asses in the seats, asses to those polls that they want to support their stuff. So you've got to vote consistently. You got to vote consistently. Prop 50 is not in all states right now. No, no. Because I want them to do something similar in Maryland and they haven't done it yet. Yeah, you have to vote for people that will push back against Donald Trump. If you don't vote for people that will push back against Donald Trump, well, guess what? He gonna keep on doing what he doing because the Supreme Court has said he can do the shit. The only other balance, the only other thing to check the president is Congress. And Republican Congress have decided not to check him. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. They decided not to check him. Yep, and vote for Prop 50 in California. That's something that y'all really need to do. Level the playing field. Real talk. Especially because Texas Republicans decided to be messy. Real talk. Californians are doing it the proper way. You know what I mean? Putting it in front of the voters and letting the voters take a vote and letting the voters decide. Something I saw so crazy was Governor Newsom had to tell people stop donating money. You know what I'm saying? Governor Newsom had to say stop donating money for the Prop 50. We met our goal. I think they had a $30 million goal. They met it in like a couple of hours. He was like, don't send no more money. He said, I've never had to say that before in my life. He was like, don't send no more money. You say, I just got a TikTok and saw. Yeah, but I don't be trusting just getting shit off of TikTok. I would have to look that up to validate and verify that. If your city or state are having elections tomorrow, vote. Yep, especially in New York, Virginia, and New Jersey. Absolutely. Oh, you voted for Spanberger and Jones. Good. I'm interested in seeing what happens in Virginia because Virginia, it has Northern Virginia and it has the rest of Virginia. And you have a lot of federal workers in Virginia. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Interesting. But I do want Governor Moore to do something or the Maryland legislature to do something just like California did. Put it in front of the voters. Let us vote on it. Let us vote on it. Yep. Yep, exactly. Like Obama said, don't boo, vote. This is what I tell folks. You're voting in North Carolina, New Jersey. Yep. Listen, vote. These people bank on you not paying attention. And they work with the technology companies to keep you distracted. Do you understand? Do you understand? You say, why didn't Trump endorse her? Talking about the black lady that's running in Virginia? Because she black. You have an election in Texas tomorrow to decide on 17 constitutional amendments. That's exactly why you need to vote. And see, the sad part is so many people don't get their ass out to vote. And government purposely makes it hard for you to vote. And you know why? Because they want to just do whatever they want to do. How do I feel about Moore? I like him, but people always talk. I like Wes Moore. Listen, one thing that I really figured out about Democrats a long time ago, Cher, is they'll eat their own. Democrats ain't got no fucking backbone. And that's one of the reasons why they lose elections. Stop eating your fucking, they've got to stop eating their fucking own. And learn to walk in lockstep just like Republicans do. And deal with your dirty laundry behind closed doors. Stop running to the media and dragging your allies, dragging the people in your caucus versus having discussions behind closed doors and talking about those things and getting shit dealt with. But they, hopefully maybe at some point they'll do that. Yeah, I know Alabama doesn't always advertise voting, but this is why I always say individuals, the electorate, us, you got to take more responsibility. You can't depend on a government that's already hell-bent on oppressing you and keeping you poor to tell you when elections are so you can come out from up under that damn oppression. You can't expect that. So you got to keep your eye on the ball because elections happen like clockwork outside of special elections. Because everybody has a certain tenure. Except mostly for judges, they get lifetime appointments. But a lot of times, judges have to be reelected. So that's all the more reason folks just got to be more connected. The problem is people haven't been connected to their government. They want to be spoon-fed and told what to do. That's the problem. Please, oh, please tell me what to do. That's not going to happen all the time. You're not going to always have people to tell you exactly who to vote for and what to do and what works for you and what works against you. What you will always have access to is propaganda that will talk down to you and get you to think one thing, but it really does something else. You'll always get that. Yeah, everybody should be able to vote, but they use the prison system and the legal system to marginalize the 99.9%, so you can't vote. Yep, if you're voting in person, and somebody made a great point, search your ballot online before going. Have a plan. They have sample ballots online. And then you can go do your research before you get there. Don't wait until you get there to figure that shit out, because then you're already behind. You got to be more responsible and go in there with a plan. Agreed. Clarence Thomas needs to go, but that's why y'all got to elect the right people to office. I already said if I became Democratic president, one of the first thing I'm doing is snatching each and every justice, conservative justice, off the court. I'm just removing them from the court. Who gonna stop me? Trump already proved that a president could do whatever they want to do. Because the other check is Congress. And I'm gonna punk Democrats enough so I can do whatever I want to do, just like Trump has punked Republicans enough to do the same thing. Like, y'all be quiet, we gonna get this shit straight. I'm gonna get it all straight. Y'all just chill out and vote for the shit I tell you to vote for. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Hey, Sierra, you mind making me a sandwich? Cut the crust off, beloved. I don't allow conservative women to speak in my life. You wasting your husband's internet. Stop being liberal. Roberts needs to go. Yeah, Roberts also, don't forget, that Voting Rights Act, that the Supreme Court did hear that case. We're just waiting on a decision. And understand, Roberts has been waiting a long time to get rid of the Voting Rights Act stuff. Oh, he's been playing the long game. See, he'll sit there and try to act like he's innocent. He'll try to sit there and act like he don't know what's happening. He knows exactly what's happening. Exactly what's happening. You know? And I'm going to tell you another thing y'all got to deal with. I just blocked the person that was talking about this. So I'm going to tell you another thing. America got to deal with this misogyny problem. Y'all got a problem. America, you have a problem with misogyny. You got a problem with racism. You got a problem with xenophobia. You got some problems. Because people are so wrapped up in that shit, they can't see who's really keeping them poor, who's actually keeping them in the struggle. You have so many men out here in American society that literally hate, they hate women. They say they don't. But they say, I can't find a woman. Well, maybe because you act like you're in love with men. Stop acting so hateful towards women. Maybe you can find one. Stop spending all your time with men. Maybe you can find one. Because you're not going to find a woman in a sea of men. That's not how that works. Yeah, a lot of the misogynistic men are in the closet because they've been indoctrinated to believe that it's wrong for them to be gay. But you know what? My grandmother always said you can run from stuff, but you can never run so fast you can run from yourself. You want me to send it to? Okay, Maribel, I'll send that to you, that image to you. That shit is wonderful, isn't it? It's wonderful, man. Ah, I love that picture, right? Oh, I'm making myself making myself a note so I don't forget. But y'all need to understand where we are. You got to do something about your misogyny problem. You got to do something. A lot of it is a lot of these young men are only raised by women because their daddies wasn't around to raise them because their fathers are trifling. So these young men, they grow up to have a hatred for women because they need to go to therapy and deal with their daddy issues. But there's a lot of stigma attached sometimes with men seeking assistance for things like that. But they need to deal with the real issues. Yeah, be a lot of resentment. Go to therapy. Get free from all of that trauma. Because you're carrying that trauma and you spreading it around and you wondering why you're not getting anywhere. Where's that trauma that's on your back? It's weighing you down. That's why when I see a lot of that, I don't see a lot of it. I only see it from time to time. That red pill content with the young men or the older men talking that crazy shit about women. The only one bigging them up are other men who are desperate for women too. So they've turned a hatred to women or pick-me's. And the funny thing is the men don't want the pick-me's. So I hope y'all hearing that. If there's any pick-me's out there, men don't want pick-me's. That's why you single too. Catch that. And thank you so much for saying that. And if you guys could do me a favor and hit tapping is clapping. Thank you so much. Tap that like button for me. And if you can hit that copy link button for me. Copy link counts as a share. You don't have to send it to anybody. Say it again, Phoenix, talking about $40. Did y'all see that older lady's video earlier today that's been rotating on TikTok? Where she's talking about these men talking about $40. She said, I ain't got a bill in my damn house that I can pay with $40. She like, you can keep that shit. You gonna have to come at me with more than $40. How? It was somebody grandma on here. How? Men wish they could get some traction with $40. What the fuck you gonna get with $40? You can't even take a woman to Golden Corral with $40. So you ain't getting shit with $40. Quiet as kept, anything you could get with $40, you shouldn't take it. But men being the thought bots that they are, they'll take that shit. They want to talk about women before the streets. Only a for the street ass dude would take it after paying $40. What? And say it again. You ain't even getting scratch and sniff for $40. I'm like, are you kidding me? Exactly. 20 is the new dollar. These dudes are delusional. 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 And most of them motherfuckers ain't even got $40. They gotta get that from their mama. Chill. Such hatred for women. Be talking so much shit. I just watch. Because I go, real men, real strong men don't do that shit. They don't have to devalue women. You know why? Because they get women. They don't have an issue getting women. The men who have an issue getting women are the men who actually want boyfriends. Hey, Miss Jackie. So every time I see the shit, I'm always like, chill, bye. I tell you, I don't have patience and tolerance for a lot of bullshit. I really don't. So I call it what it is. Because I be catching that shit. I'm like, he like boys. Because nothing else makes fucking sense. Or I can tell that this man has past trauma that he ain't dealt with and he need to go to therapy. Either he got his heart broken by a woman, either that woman was his mama or a woman he was dating or his daddy, but somebody broke his heart. He suffered some pain or some trauma somewhere and he never healed from it and he need to go get therapy. That's most people. Most people are dealing from a place of trauma, and that place of trauma makes them hard for them to see and navigate life properly. Your cousin says the same thing. Yeah. Trump's mom didn't show him any affection. I can believe it. Affection was shown through buying things. And that's most Americans. They show their affection by buying stuff for people. So now that the money's drying up, folks are getting nervous. Folks are getting nervous, honey. You said these dudes are too good for you. Man, consider yourself lucky. That's how I would look at it. Consider yourself lucky. You said Trump's own mother says he was dumb. I'm not surprised. Trump is just loud. Trump knows how to press on folks. That's all. That's all. He just knows how. Now, I just read something here and I want y'all to know about it. Now, the longest government shutdown we had in 2018 in 2018 and 2019, we had two shutdowns, but one in 2018 from 2018 to 2019 stretched for 35 days. That was during Donald Trump's first term. This current shutdown, we're on day 34 right now. This is Donald Trump's second term. So what does that tell you? The fucker cannot govern. I keep telling y'all Republicans cannot govern. They are the party of anti. All they know how to do is stick their finger in shit. But they don't know how to create anything. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. Okay? They cannot govern. And they don't, like, I'm gonna show you. I found the Republican tax plan earlier today. Hold on, let me find it for you. There it is. Yep. That's what you need to do when you get sick. You need to pray on it. Yep. Just go ahead and pray on it. Yep. Just pray on it. God will make a way. Republican Jesus will make a way for you, apparently. But just pray on it. Because that's what conservatives expect you to do. Yeah, Trump likes this shutdown happening. Because it's also, I keep telling you, conservatives are working in conjunction with him. So elected officials in the House and in the Senate, they like that the government shut down too. Now the Senate is still trying to do stuff, but they ain't really doing shit because the House not there, so it don't matter what they do. Because the House is, Mike Johnson is not calling the House back on purpose. They've been on a paid vacation for over a month. You tell me what job you can work where you don't show up to work and you still get paid. And you ain't gotta do nothing. That will never, no grace will ever be granted to you in that way. No grace will ever be granted to you in that way. Why grant it to them? Why grant it to them? I wouldn't. Yep, they're getting paid vacation, full benefit. And you're right, a government shutdown is the sign of a weak president. Even Donald Trump said that. Y'all paying all these taxes. They ended up cutting SNAP. They've cut it in that big, beautiful bill. Long before you even got to the end of the fiscal year, when they passed that bill, they cut SNAP benefits and established new work requirements. I think now, if you're an adult age 55 to 64, I think it is, and you were getting food stamps, you have to work now. If you're a veteran getting food stamps, you have to make sure you work now. If you have children in your house between the ages of 14 and 17 and you getting food stamps, you have to make sure you work. If you're homeless, you have to have a job. As if most people wasn't already working on food stamps anyway. Because see, that's the lie that's created too. People on food stamps just sitting at home on their ass. They ain't got no job. That ain't true. Many a military member gets food stamps every damn month because they don't make enough money being a soldier to take care of themselves or even them and their family members. They don't make enough. But Republican Congress would have you believe something different. That's not true. Your military shouldn't be on food stamps, y'all. It should be, America should be ashamed of that shit. Yeah, JD's married, but hey, He sees an opportunity. What do you want this man to do? What is he supposed to do? Deny divine connection. Yeah. You know, I told y'all this woman was going to be on a mission to just hit the streets. I told y'all. Y'all ain't believe me. Y'all ain't believe me. Y'all ain't believe me. JD Vance did grow up on Snap. He's so mad that he grew up poor that he hates poor people now. That's why he don't care. Hey, see, Mandy, being married ain't never stopped none of them. Say, Newt Gingrich, if you're listening. Right? Exactly. Hell, Newt's wife was dying of cancer. Newt said, I'm ready to move on. I can't wait until you expire. Let's just go ahead and call this quits now. It's been fun, but I'm ready to move on. If they really hated Snap as much as they say, Americans would make the true, but they would rather you fight for the crumbs of Snap than pay you living wages. It's cheaper to not pay taxes and get you to fight over whatever crumbs they do dish out. You see what I'm saying? That's why they do that. You know? That's why. Paul, you can't come in speaking in caps. I booted you, beloved. But I thank y'all for joining me today. I appreciate you being here. I really do. I thank you so much. Listen, this evening, oh, I'm trying to turn something off my fan. This evening, we have received over 26,000 likes. I appreciate that. Over 50 shares. I appreciate that too. Don't forget to check out the Straight No Chaser podcast. New episodes happen every week. I'll let you know what the title of the new episode is tomorrow. Members of Patreon, you'll get access to it tomorrow. I appreciate you being here. Before I wrap up, I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. Number 1, beautiful, my dog is Charlie. Thank you, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful Miss Lola. Thank you. Number 3, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you so much, handsome. Number 4, beautiful Miss Trail. Thank you, beautiful. And number 5, beautiful Kim. Thank you, beautiful. And a special shout out to Sheldon. Thank you, handsome. I appreciate you. Thank you all for coming here with me tonight. Thank you so much, Malcolm. I appreciate you being here. I will be back on here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TikTok Live. I appreciate you being here. I thank you so much. Listen, I'm going to tell you how I always tell you. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head, folks. Don't feed the trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Have a beautiful, blessed, and safe evening, and I will see you tomorrow. I love you all. Peace. Good night.